Hey guys, welcome back. So in the last year, Peloton has been down by 76%. The S&P 500 is up by 30%, and Ethereum is up by a whopping 268%. There are definitely different ways to earn money in this world, and you can either earn it fast and lose it just as fast, or you can go through the slow and steady route. First, we have the S&P 500 index funds. The stock market is extremely volatile. That's why in a given day, you can lose a lot of money or you can actually earn a lot of money. The S&P 500 consists of the top 500 companies in the US, and buying just a single share of the S&P 500 enables you to basically own a certain percentage or tiny percentage of all these 500 companies. This greatly enables you to diversify your portfolio. But if you were to actually buy one share of every single company in the S&P 500, then you would be spending $110,000 just to own one share of every single company. So you can see how beneficial the S&P 500 is to most investors, because it enables you to invest in the safest way possible. My growth portfolio is actually up by 3.72%, so that is pretty low. But this year, my focus is actually to invest more into the S&P 500. This is because it's proven to actually give a return of about 10% every single year. And in the past year alone, it's actually returned 30%. Most dividend investors actually try to beat this every single time. But it's interesting to know that only 0.85% of investors can actually beat the S&P 500. So that's why if you can't beat it, just join it. So I'm going to invest most of my money into the S&P 500. I might actually sell some stocks to actually put that into the S&P 500, just because if I'm getting about 10% return every single year, that's just more money that I'm earning from actually trying to invest into individual stocks. And next we have dividend investing. Dividend investing is an alternative to actually investing in a fun way, because you can invest into the S&P 500 once a year at the beginning of the year, and you don't have to worry about it for the rest of the year, and you're probably going to do well. But investing in dividend stocks enables you to have the option to actually pick your own individual stocks, which is actually less risky than trying to invest into individual growth stocks. But there are two factors to consider before actually investing into dividend stocks. The first is understanding that dividends don't have to be paid to you. Dividends are paid to shareholders as an incentive to make shareholders invest even more, but it's not something that is necessary. So what this means is companies can pretty much cut their dividends at whatsoever time, but the good thing is there are actually companies that have retained their dividend payouts and increased their dividend payouts for consecutive years. You also get paid dividends regardless of what happens to the stock market. So if the stock market goes down, you get paid regardless. So this is why it's a perfect passive income that people actually go for to earn money for a very, very long time. And for the second, you need to understand that dividend yield is what most people focus on. The higher the dividend yield, the higher the payout, and the lower the dividend yield, the less you're pretty much paid. So the higher your dividend stock gets all these dividend bargain investors to try to snipe and just find these stocks. That is because when the stock price goes down for these investments, they are pretty much getting paid the same amount of dividends for a lower price. So realistically, the higher the dividend price, the more risky the stocks are, simply because they're more volatile. But I myself, I always try to go for dividend stocks that actually offer a yield between 2 to about 4%. This is because they're a lot more stable, they have their financials covered up, they're actually a lot more profitable. But not everyone prefers this, just because they're a lot more safer, there's less risk, so that means that you can't really earn too much money. But overall, dividend stocks provide a steady stream of income. It's actually one of my favorite, again, simply because I get to pick my own stocks. It's a lot more fun than just investing in an ETF and not having to worry about anything or do any research or find out anything about any companies. So for me, it's definitely one of my favorite ways to invest. It also enables me to invest long term, so meaning that I'm buying a company and I know I'm not selling that company for a minimum of 5 years. And being young-ish, it also means that I can actually make the most of compound interest. So this means I can maximize my growth as much as possible. So I would like to thank you guys for 1,000 subs. I really appreciate every single support and every single comment that I have got so far in the past 65 videos. So that is why I would like to give back to you guys. So one person actually has the opportunity to earn $50. So this is not going to be an Amazon voucher or anything like that. I'm just going to send it directly to you through PayPal. So you can choose to invest into a stock, or you can choose to put it into some sort of dropshipping business or whatsoever, but the money is going to be yours. All you have to do is just be subscribed and leave a comment under this video, and I will reach out to the winner in a week's time from when this video is published. Now the third option is going to be real estate. Now yes, real estate is definitely the more risky option, but it definitely provides the most return out of these three options. Now this is mostly due to the rent that you get paid, but in addition to this, it's also said that the overall appreciation is about 3.8% over the past 25 years. So that's not too bad, but it also means that just owning a property, your money is always going to be beating inflation. So now there are two ways you can actually invest into real estate. You can actually invest in a property, which is the general way, or you can invest invest into REITs, which is known as Real Estate Investing Trust. So the biggest hurdle with investing in a property is obviously the large amount of capital that you need, and most people do not have that much money to actually invest in a property. And there are also some risks, which includes a bad location, a lack of being liquid, so meaning that you don't actually have enough money to fix any potential problems that can come up with a property. And you can also have problematic tenants that you have to deal with. REITs, on the other hand, are companies that own and manage real estate. So investing in companies like Royalty Income saves you from the hassle of having to manage a property. REITs also have an average return of about 4%, so they're fairly stable and they offer a better return than most dividend stocks out there. So overall, real estate is a very lucrative option. It's one that is very, very viable. It's one that most people who have a lot of money go for. It can be safe if you have enough knowledge, but it definitely isn't for everyone. It's one that's a lot more complex. It's not one that I would recommend for any newbie or anyone who's just getting into it, just because you can easily have a property and lose a ton of money just by fixing things, or the price depreciates, and just all of the problems that can arise. But the key is to consider your own individual needs and to put together a portfolio of a low risk that can provide you with enough money that can actually help your lifestyle. So to see my investments and how it's performed over time, I've made a playlist for you guys right here for you to indulge in. And thank you guys again for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.